Yep. We are live again. Oh man, starting a little late today. Ain't gonna go too long. Probably about 30 minutes, 45 minutes max. But we got a few things to talk about. Had some pretty interesting encounters over the last couple days that struck up some new conversations that I kind of got to go over. I kind of have no choice right now. Oh, hold on a second. Turn these speakers down. There we go. Should be able to hear me now, right? Yeah, we're good. We're all good here. But yeah, welcome in. Welcome all. Club Built Mogul. Already know your host Garzan right here. We are starting today's show off a bit behind schedule, but Thursdays are very hectic for me. It's actually a miracle that I got on at all. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. I've been so busy. I've taken on more work. I've taken on more contracts. I've been doing a lot more networking and growing my business, growing my live channel, getting more people on here. You've seen King Just joining the fun with his dating game show. We already had Still Collective. Already had you already know Black Zodi with the airsoft tournaments, which we got to go update on that too. We got to update on that. We're going to have my boy Brandon come in with a conspiracy theorist. He's our conspiracy theorist who's going to come on here and talk to us about what's really going to happen in the future. We got a lot to discuss when it comes to that. We're going to have a couple of visitors on here pretty soon, so hope you're all liking the new changes to the channel. Hope you're enjoying the content that we're bringing to you. Still on the beginning stages here. We're about to jump into phase 2. This is just phase 1. Just me here giving y'all the spill, and then go from there. But yeah, hang on tight. We are jumping into a new era. So with every new era push, you gotta make sure you got everything prepared. Make sure you're adapting to new structures, keeping your mental and your sanity intact. We gonna make sure that we got y'all covered here. But as you know, go ahead, get you the new Top Shot moments that came out. Here we have Craig Porter Jr. We have some more here. Tracy Jackson David. These are some brand new ones that we got up here coming. So support Still Collective. Support NBA Top Shot. Ooh, nice block. Y'all see that? Oh, and it's on your boy Jaylen Brown. Any Celtics fans? I know y'all don't want to see that, huh? He didn't even believe he blocked it at first. It's like, oh snap. But yeah, man, we're gearing up. We got a lot coming for you, y'all. Thank you so much for everything. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like the channel. We are on live now. We got a discussion for y'all today. Oh man, I was out and about and got in a bit of a debate. It wasn't a violent debate or a argumentative debate. It was just, two concerned adults about our political climate and about certain things facing the black community, and not just black Americans, but Africans as well, and other people of the diaspora that come into this country looking for an opportunity, looking for work. I mean, it's, it's just funny to see the amount of ignorance, I would like to say. And it is not a bad thing to say ignorant. It just means you don't know. Now, arrogance or, stubbornness is worse. I'm not going to say stubborn. I'm not going to say arrogance. I'm going to say ignorance, because you just don't know. There's no harm. There's no harm by it. Now, if you become to know and then you remain in those same belief systems that you had prior to knowing, and you just don't want to accept the truth, then that's arrogance, that's stubbornness, and you don't want to be in that boat. No one wants to be there. So, but some people are. But I hope the conversations I had with the guy, it was actually a group of us. Hope they what I said kind of got through to him. So, as you see on your screen here, we got the next topic: American Africant. Thought it was interesting because I put American first, because you have a lot of these Africans that come over here, wherever they come from, Nigeria, Cameroon, Tanzania, wherever, South Africa. They come here and they instantly put America over Africa. That's why I put American African. And it's really mind-boggling to see and watch someone completely throw away values that come from where they come from, and then pick up the values that are here in America and preach those values as if they're the best. They're the ones that this is how life should be. And it was interesting. We gotta break this down. We got to break this down, man. Let me go. I'll go back to the moments. My bad, y'all. I know y'all want to watch some good moments. Let me get y'all on there. But yeah, we're gonna break this down. I'll try and find some articles to showcase you, but a lot of this is just going to be me giving you the raw details. Mind you, I do encourage research to be done. Don't take my word for it. You don't have to take my word for it. You can do your own research based off of what I say, and then come back to me with your comments or your concerns or whatever, or questions or corrections, however you see fit. But man, I was having a conversation with this gentleman. He was from Cameroon. He was working a pretty good job. He actually was working for a pretty notable company. I'm not going to say who, because I don't want to disclose any information. But he proceeded to gather a group of me and other black men together and was asking us questions, particularly around voting. Now, I have my Make Me Vote segment here on Club Built Mogul. So it kind of fit right into what I'm already on and what I'm already talking about. But yeah, he proceeded to ask us a couple questions about voting in the black community. And he has some interesting points to say. One main point that he had brought up was the fact that here in the black community, sorry, that was my GTA game. Let me turn it off. Here in the black community, we have a pretty decent amount of leeway. Well, I won't say leeway. I say we have a pretty decent amount of leverage when it comes to picking the president and who we want running this country. Our vote, that's primarily Democrat right now, decides elections in a lot of cases. And just to this is his point. This is his point, not my point. Vote. Black vote. This is his point. So this is a big topic right now, and on both sides are going after the black vote. They want the black vote. We want the black vote, and I'm gonna do a complete different segment on the importance of the black vote. But I just want to prove his point for him, because I didn't agree. I didn't disagree with him that our vote carries significant weight when it comes to these elections. We were the reason why Joe Biden was elected. To say that our vote doesn't matter, I mean, yeah, you can have a stance on that, but you gotta be careful and clarify what you mean by that. Like, does our vote matter to the capacity of which president gets chosen? Oh yeah, it does. Now, does our vote matter into the type of policies that get written and what they decide to do after they get in office? Oh no, your vote doesn't matter then. Once they get in office, they can do whatever the heck they want to do. Hence the reason why we have Kamala Harris running and not Joe Biden, because we voted for Joe Biden to be the running mate, regardless of his age or his health. He looks like he can still run the country, right? Most black voters, I'm not going to say we because I didn't vote for it, but most black voters voted for Joe Biden to be the contender against Trump. But no, we didn't get that, did we? We didn't get that. We got Harris. I have no issues with Harris. I actually prefer Harris, but majority of black voters wanted Biden, and we don't have Biden. So in a sense, those who say our vote doesn't matter, you got to specify what you mean by that. Now, being that we have Joe Biden out the race and we got Harris, we still have some say so here, because we can say, hey, I don't like that you chose the fact that we have to go with Harris, and I'm going to just not vote or vote for Trump. Or we can say, you know what? Harris is a better candidate anyway. Let's go. I don't want Trump in office, and I want Harris to tackle black issues and fix the economic gap that's plaguing the black community right now. Whichever your stance is, let it be. Let that be. Whatever your stance is, excuse me. But let's look at this quick article, because like I said, I want to kind of prove what he was saying, just so we can get to the next part of this discussion. And I want this to happen quick. Here we go. Oh, okay. So there's no audio. It says a large number of black voters think Joe Biden should not remain in the presidential race, according to recent polls. When was this? Two recent polls found that black voters, a Democratic. Oh, this is in 2020. Yeah, no, this doesn't matter. Here it is. Polls found that majority of black voters would still vote for Trump, 73%. 73% of black voters said they would vote for Biden over Trump. So that lets you know that probably those same 73% will vote for Harris over Trump. So yeah, our vote does matter. Our vote does matter, people. So just to hammer that down to you and let you see that. Oh, man. So let me see here. Get you on here. One thing is clear. Black voters are in demand, and we have leverage. It is not just the presidential candidates who run us, congressional candidates, gubernatorial candidates, mayoral candidates, and city council candidates. Everybody and their mama comes to us for our votes. My question is, what are we going to do with this power and leverage? So we see we have the power. We see we have the leverage. What are we going to do with it? Now, when I was discussing this with my colleague that was from Cameroon, he was letting us know or telling us that, we aren't aware of our power. We shouldn't be voting Democrat. He was a Republican. Uh, he didn't think that black people should be voting Democrat because the Democrats haven't, quote unquote, done anything to uh, garnish our interests as a black community. Which I didn't disagree. I didn't disagree on that point. Where I came in the discussion was, sorry, I'm rolling up here. He began to talk about why he came to this country and the opportunities that were here that were, quote unquote, non-existent elsewhere. Now, it's so funny to me when I think about it. Now we're outside. So I'm looking in his car and I'm looking around him and his personal, and I see a lot of American flags. I don't see in his car. I see an American flag on his dashboard. He has an American flag. License plate, of course, has American flag. I didn't see not one Cameroonian flag. So, where's your love? Where's your respect from your home country? You come here and you talk about black people this, black people that. We all need to come together, do all this. But you flee from your own hometown. And that always bewilders me, because how do you expect to do any type of change or garnish any type of change or any type of fixing issues if you run away from those issues? How are you going to sit here and tell us we need to vote, we need to do this, we need to vote Republican? You can't tell us to do anything, because we've been here. We haven't fled to another country and try things out elsewhere. Some of us may have, but not in a mass capacity have we ever did that. Now we have some of our brothers and sisters that go to the Motherland, and we're going to get into the Motherland crisis right now, because some of us that go over there, try to start businesses up, try to start doing enterprise and things like that, and it's not turning out too well. Just put it that way. It ain't turning out too well. So, but yeah, I looked in his car and saw all those American flags, and I said, where's your Cameroonian flag? And I never got an answer to that question. I still is waiting for the answer to that question. There's a couple questions I asked him that I didn't get an answer to. I'm gonna throw y'all for a loop on this one. So, conversation continues. Where I come in with my, charisma, my ability to, sway an argument or sway thought, I just simply ask them, like, what did you come to America to do? Did you come here to build the infrastructure, to start your own business, or did you come here to just work for the white man? Because you're acting like that's the flex. You came here, you worked, and you figured everything out within the first couple years you were here. You were working, and you made a little bit of money, and now all of a sudden the rest of the black people just can't get it together. Like we didn't do that for the first 150, 210, 300 years. We've been working for these motherfuckers for decades, for centuries, okay? Now, we will get into some other stuff later, but you came here to work for white folks. You're not starting your own businesses. You're not starting your own companies. You're not closing the wealth gap. You're just working for the people who already have the most wealth, increasing their wealth. And you think that's a flex. you think that makes you better or more qualified or even qualified at all to speak on our issues the way that you do and speak on the political climate the way that you do. And that's foolish if you ask me. But to each his own. You have every right to speak your mind and speak your opinion. But yeah, so I began to kind of pick his brain a little bit. Now, mind you, remember, he said he was a Republican. He said he holds Republican values, which I'm okay. I'm okay with you holding Republican values. You can do that. Nothing wrong with that. I even explained to him, Republicans actually was a black-owned party. We black people started the Republican Party. You don't believe that? I mean, I think we already covered that here. Hold on a second. Founders Republican Party. Founders of the Republican Party. The origins. It was not these white men. They will lie to you, and they will make all of this up. Hold on. We're black men. I'm trying to find the article I had. Now, the first African American elected to the House of Representatives were, guess what? Republican. Here we go. Black Republicans won 3 of the 4 congressional seats in South Carolina. Joseph H. Rainey, Robert D. Large, and Robert B. Elliott. This was back in 1869. This is back right after Civil War. So majority, look at all that. You didn't have Democratic black men voting in the city, getting seats and elected. You didn't have that. So yeah, you had the Republican Party was primarily black, and that because of that, you know, you kind of have to put it in perspective a little bit and say, hey, wait a minute. What happened here? Because a lot of you wouldn't dare vote Republican. I'm not voting Republican. I know that. And I know nobody in my family is. Maybe like 1 or 2. But a lot of us wouldn't dare vote Republican. But guess what? Our ancestors were Republican. Our great-great-grandfathers, great-great-grandmothers, they believed in those values. Why aren't we doing that no more? Well, put it simple and short. Those values were stripped from us purposely by dissecting our families, our businesses, destroying our infrastructures. Tulsa, we talked about these things. Welfare, taking the dad out the homes, segregation, Jim Crow, all of these things, black codes, all of these things were put in place to destroy this. All of these things and more. So think about it. This is during the Reconstruction era where businesses were growing. And I think we're reaching another Reconstruction era, but we'll talk about that later. But, the Reconstruction era of the United States, one of the most important, yes, misrepresentative or ignored periods of U.S. history. Though often overlooked in classrooms across the country, Reconstruction was a period where the impossible suddenly became possible. Black people came together, started building, started working together. Like there's tons of stories on this, and we'll go over that later. But I'm just showing this just to prove you, because I don't want to just talk and don't go and back up what I say. So a lot of what he was saying about being Republican, I was fine with. I wasn't against that. It got to a point where this man started talking about DEI. DEI, or diversity, equity, inclusion. Now we discussed this briefly on a prior episode I had, and oh man, this was a juicy one. So we all know DEI. We all know what they're saying about it. Hold on, let me hit the blunt real quick. We should all know what DEI is about. Now, DEI is the other side to affirmative action. This is why they're trying to get rid of it, because affirmative action only focused on the colleges, admissions, primarily. Didn't really focus on businesses. But DEI focuses on companies' ability to hire diversity, equity, and including others. That's what DEI is for. So, is there a policy with DEI? No. What DEI is discrimination practices that were done by these companies by only hiring white folks, not hiring black people. That certain discrimination laws that came into anti-discrimination laws, that came into play to prevent that. So when you see DEI, think anti-discrimination. That's what it's really about. So yeah, breaking this down for you. Now, you should ask yourself, well, why would they want to get rid of anti-discrimination laws? Doesn't that hurt their business? Well, if you think about it, yeah, it does hurt their business, but America was never we were never meant to be here. So the fact that we have the ability to work for these companies and accrue wealth through, a career, they don't even want that. They don't even want that for you. The idea was you to be the slave and die a slave in this country. That was the idea. The fact that we somehow aren't still slaves it irks their nerves. That's why they call you lazy. That's why they call you, criminals. That's why they call you all these types of names, because they don't want you to be respected for working and having a job. Even when you have a job, you're not respected for having that job. Let me explain, because he goes further when he talks about DEI. His I guess little brain came up with, I don't want DEI. He doesn't like DEI. Okay? This is an African who says we need to get rid of DEI. And I shook my head. I hung my head so low. And I said, Lord, I asked God, I said, God, please give me the strength. Please give me the strength to not strangle this man right now. Talking about I don't want to get hired just based on the color of my skin. I was a DEI hire, so I didn't get any advancements in the job. They only hired me because I was black. They only hired me because I was African. Now, oh man, I had to laugh at that one. No, I'm gonna get to it. I crushed him. He couldn't even respond. He had to get in his car and ride off into the abyss. So I was like, So you believe you were only hired because of the color of your skin. I asked him, I said, so what did you do before this? He said, I was a manager at the TD Bank over on You was a manager at a bank. So you worked in customer service. You worked in dealing with accounts. You got experience. You're qualified for the job you have now, right? Well, yes, I'm qualified, but they only... No. You're qualified for the job you have. You weren't hired based on the color of your skin. You had to go through an interview. You had to get your resume together. You had to apply for the position. And you had to present some sort of capacity to do the job at the standard and the level that they believe that you could complete and do well at, which he does well at his job. So I was like, so you believe you weren't, or do you believe you weren't qualified for this job? He didn't answer. He just started talking about other shit, other talking points. He started talking about black jobs. So it's a black job. This is a black job. So this is you believe that there are jobs that only black people can get? Or do you believe that there are jobs that they believe that they think only black people should have? Which one is it? Because I seen black people get jobs all over the place. And it has nothing to do with it's a black job or a white job or whatever. If you qualify for it, you can get the position. Now, yes, there are discriminating jobs. The fact that you just said that, the fact that you just out your mouth said DEI, you don't want it, and then agreed that there were black jobs, you just killed your own argument. The reason that you heard black jobs is because they discriminate on which jobs they want to give colored people. They just told you that. They just told you there are certain jobs that they want you to have, and they call them black jobs. They don't want you to have those other jobs. Those are the jobs white folks want. Okay, they want to put you in the warehouse. They want to put your black ass outside. They want to put your black ass on the machinery and putting yourself at risk. They want to put your ass on the roof. Out in the field. That's where they want you. So that's why they call them black jobs. But because we have DEI, you're not subjected to only those jobs that they want you to have. You can go and you can get jobs elsewhere, and it's not based on the color of your skin. It's based on the merit of how you can attain the satisfaction of whoever wants to hire you. And I mean, I shut him down. He couldn't say nothing. I mean, the man just literally killed his own argument. How are you going to say, how you going to bring up black jobs? Black jobs. What jobs are primarily black? A large share of black workers were employed in service occupations, which include healthcare support, protective service, food preparations, building and ground maintenance, and personal care than in any other occupational group. So these are considered service occupations, doing service type of occupations. Now, the job he did was none of these. It was none of these. Now, it was a sales position, but this isn't sales. This is service. This is serving. You're in a sales position. Most companies, if you think about it, who do they want selling their product? Do they want your black ass selling their product? Not all the time. But that's why he felt like he was a DEI hire, because he feels like, oh, I'm this salesperson that's representing this large company. How did I get in? How did I even qualify for this? I must not have qualified. They must have only hired me because of the color of my skin. Man, it was bad. It was bad, people. It was bad that this person was really selling this to me, but I had to break it down to him. So I did this way. I said, how many people do you think applied for that position? And how many of those people you think were the same skin tone as you? If you clearly see that there are black jobs that only black people get, that means that black people all understand that these are the jobs that they qualify for and that they can get. It has nothing to do with the color of the skin. It's about their qualifications and what they can achieve to get, right? Now, if they were qualified for other jobs and couldn't get them, what would that mean? That would mean, yes, that we need more DEI. We need to include more DEI. Stop excluding because of the color of your skin and diverse and equity and background, religion background. Stop excluding that and start including that. Now, you can't just hire anybody. Of course. What's the process hiring process? I mean, this is simple, people. I don't know why we have to do this, but we have to do this because there's some very ignorant people. Hiring process of identifying and screening, interviewing, selecting candidates for a job opening. The goal is to find the best qualified candidate for the position. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So DEI still requires you to be qualified for the position. Nothing in here says, oh, hire unqualified individuals. It says participation of diverse groups and individuals. Aims to create environments where everyone feels welcome and respected and has fair opportunities to perform to their fullest potential. Who's against that? Raise your hand. I'll wait. While I just blunt, I'll wait. You're against fair opportunities? You're against inclusion? You're against practicing organizations to promote representation and participation of diverse groups and individuals? Why? Why are you against that? Why are you against other people accepting other people? Sounds like some bigotry going on here. We're not gonna watch a video on this. I don't want to go over this too much, but this was what this guy's thinking was. He was from Cameroon, like I said, from Africa, the motherland, and he was so he was like, oh, I have an opportunity of a lifetime. Of course, you come from another country and you get hired by a company that has been big all over the world, a worldly known company that's here in America. You're going to feel like you won. You're going to feel like you won. And does that mean you need to go around and tell us black Americans that we don't know how good we got it? We don't know how good we got it, do we? We got it so good over here in America. It is so good. Y'all are so lucky. Black Americans, y'all don't know how lucky you are to be here. That's how they view it. That's how they view it. And by all means, hey, view it how you want to, see it how you want to, but learn something, please. Please learn something. Please grow. Don't stay ignorant, my fellow Cameroonians, Nigerians, South Africans, whoever you are that may be listening to this. Please understand that we are fighting a different beast here in America as the black race. Quote unquote black race. We're breaking down what it even means to be black. We're breaking all that down as we speak. All of this stuff is still being in process, still in the oven baking, and you're bringing in your 2 cents, and it's not even done yet. Let us finish cooking. Can we finish cooking? Now, I know it's a lot. It doesn't look good, but guess what? We don't control none of this. The narration that you're hearing, the depictions that you're seeing of black people, the movies, the entertainment, the music, that is not us putting this out. That is not us. That is an entity that already had its depiction on black people and wanted to display it to the world as that. And they have the wealth. They have the ability to broadcast thousands of miles away from home, from here, from this country. And you're seeing on your screen the Super Bowl and Jay-Z performing, and you're seeing, Too Short, Blow That Whistle. You're seeing BET, Tyler Perry. You're seeing what here as regular black people we try to not engage in so much. Like we enjoy it because we can have a good time. Let's go and watch a dang Madea flick. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, whatever. But we know that nobody really acts like that. There's no black person who acts like Madea. Now there may be a confused person who emulates that behavior because we have people in this country that can't make up their own minds about who they want to be, and they got to be other characters for some reason. And they can go crazy, but those are mentally unstable people. So it's like majority of us, we got a grip on reality, I would say. But the problem is that we got so much of a grip on reality as black people. It's hard for us to work together. It's hard for us to stop and say, "Hey, brother, what's going on with you? You all right? Everything good?" Like we were so caught up in this day-to-day bullshit that we got to deal with bills, job, working, kids. Like, it's hard. It's not easy to do it. And y'all understand the same thing. The same thing happens in Africa. Why isn't Africa united? Why is the majority of the wealth in Africa owned by white folks? Not owned by Africans. Of the original Africans that were there. Why is the majority of wealth theirs? Now you start to see where you're coming from, right? It has nothing to do with, we got to come together. We are powerful. We know we're powerful. We know all of that. These people have orchestrated in a way to undercut us and go against, or not go against, but go against us, but at the same time make that they make that their thing. It's their own thing. Like, we're doing better than black folks. We're doing better than them. We're not a third world country. They call everywhere in Africa was considered a third world country. You understand that? That's what they taught us here. They taught us that Africans had flies and doo stains on them. They taught us Africans did not eat. You had to pay 25 cents just to feed them. They taught us the African booty scratcher shit. Starving Marvin, Ethiopian Marvin. Like they taught us the worst type of shit about y'all. Okay? They tried to indoctrinate us about Africans so bad, and they just say, that's the poorest place. You don't ever want to go there. And it's part of the reason why a lot of us aren't going over there. The war, child soldiers, Blood Diamond, like everything in Africa felt like wilderness and just anything goes. Like somebody can just blow you up and nobody will know what happened. Like that's the and then to think about it, if black people really believed that shit and just said, nah, we don't want them Africans over here, y'all wouldn't be over here. That wouldn't have happened. But no, what do black people do? No, we want our brothers and sisters in the motherland here in America, because guess what? Y'all were already here. We were all already here to begin with. So there's no reason to exclude anybody. You want it's so funny to see. You say you don't want DEI. You're African. If you're African saying you don't want DEI, I am confuzzled. I am confuzzled, people. That one got me. That one threw me for a loop. I ain't gonna lie. I did not expect that. Did not at all. Oh man, I want to keep going, but it's late, people. Dang, we did have another topic that we had to get to. Oh man, we did have one. Let me see. I mean, we can push this topic to the weekend. We can do that. I gotta get on here and do my thing, you know. I got to. Oh yeah, the Instigators. Oh man, this movie. This segues perfectly into what I'm talking about. But I want to finish this so it can really smoothly segue into it. So we're talking about the you can't be from anywhere on the African continent saying you do not want DEI, saying you want to get rid of DEI. And you're here working. You're working for the white man already, and you're telling them you don't want to. You want them to be able to discriminate against you. You're raising your hand and say, "Hey, go ahead. Yeah, I don't want to be hired just based on this color of my skin. I want it to be my qualifications." Do you think they would have hired you in the first place if you didn't qualify? Even on the right now with DEI, do you think you can get hired and you're not qualified for the position just because you're black? If you believe that, I'm sorry. You're I don't know how lost and far gone you are. Just think about it. If someone wanted to work for you, are you going to make sure they can do the job? Or are you going to worry about the color of their skin? It's telling you right here. And this is why it's going to kind of segue perfectly thing. Because the last part of the discussion, this man then proceeded to say, because he was a DEI hire, that he was not able to be promoted as a manager because he got there around, he said 2021, 2020, and another person got there a little later around like 2022, the end of 2022. So he was there a good year and a half before this other person came. And mind you, this other person is a white British female, you know. Of course she gets the manager position, he's still working in the same position. She tracked faster. You know why? Because whites get promoted quicker. Oh snap! I don't have to go on here and show you. I don't have to go on here and show you. But these companies will promote the white woman or the white man far faster than they'll promote the black man or the black woman. A lot of times they don't promote the black man or black woman at all. They let them stay working in that position for 20 to 30 years, as long as it takes, 10 years, whatever. You're not getting promoted. And his case proved it to himself. But he believed because he was a DEI hire that he didn't get promoted. That's the reason. But the other person did. And she ain't even been there as long. And she's not even as good as him at the position. So why, tell me why again do you want to get rid of DEI? Because you wouldn't even have gotten here. That lets you know that you wouldn't even have gotten in the door if it wasn't for the anti-discrimination laws that we have in place right now. Because they hired someone after you that was white, that was British, of course. She didn't do as good as you. You were still doing better than her at the job, and they promoted her over you first, quicker. She got to that position you wanted faster than you would get to. You're going to have to wait another 3-4 years, or you might not ever get it at all. And then you're sitting there like, why am I not getting promoted? Why am I not getting promoted? I'm in the door. I'm working. I'm working my butt off. This. I'm telling you, this person at his job, I told you he was sales. He'd kick out 200, 300% of quotas. He was showing me his quotas that he was kicking out. He was killing it. So you're working your butt off, because I know keeping up with, tracking sales data, customers' names, information, buy flow, all of that. Come on now. It's a lot of work. You're running the business for them. You're running the company for them. You're doing their job that they need to do for their own company, and you're getting paid significantly less than what they're getting paid. They're getting millions off of you. And you can't even get promoted. You can't even get promoted. And all of management is what? White. Let's see here. Management faces. You type in management faces. What do you want to see? White people. You type in management. How many black? Two black people. If she's mixed. But yeah. Mostly white. Some Asian. You got some black. She's mixed. Mostly white. Any type of management position, you're going to see primarily of the lighter skin tone. You don't see many darker skin tone of the management position. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Is it because of DEI? Well, it can't be, because that seems like it's excluding, not including, right? Is it because darker skinned people aren't qualified for those positions? They're not qualified. Maybe they're not applying for those positions. Oh no, they are, because I just gave you an example of someone who is applying for that position. It's clear cut, people. But this goes into my next topic. The Instigators. This movie, and I want to talk about the movie briefly. We're gonna have to continue this another time. But this movie is doing exactly is explaining exactly what I'm talking about how you can't come in this country and just believe you can't just believe what the fuck you see. You can't. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. You can't even believe what you hear. You can't believe anything. You have to be damn near genius level to decipher and break down these coded messages that come through this earth, that come to this country about what's going on. Like, cause it's bad. It's like, cause people, even when you meet people outside, you're thinking to yourself, oh, it's all good. But no, the idea that you had to work so hard. Think about what we were talking about. These immigrants coming over here. They come over here to work. Whether you're Mexican, Canadian, whoever you come from, most of them, they come over here to work. And just think about you doing all of that work and working your butt off to get incremental amounts of results, of positive results. But somebody else that's, maybe lighter complexion can just bypass all of that and just do what they want to do and still make quadruple the amount of money you make. Still get away with crimes. Get away with doing all this other just nonsensical shit that you didn't even think was possible. See, and that's why we call it white privilege, because how is this? You're bewildered because your whole life as a black man, your whole life you're told, oh, you got to work for what you get. You got to work hard for what you achieve. You don't have to just. You can't just stand there and people pick you. You can't do that. I mean, think about it. JJ Redick is an NBA coach now. He's never coached anything in his life. Maybe a rec league game. Was he even a coach before this? But now all of a sudden he's a coach. Now, I'm not saying he can't coach. Just saying he didn't have to work very hard at coaching to get to this position. They'll hire someone like JJ Redick or Pat Manning. If Pat Manning wanted to be a coach tomorrow, he'll be a coach. If Tom Brady wanted to be a coach tomorrow, he'll be a coach. So that's essentially already set in stone. Now, this movie exemplifies that at a very hyperbolic way. Is of course they're exaggerating a lot. It's a comedy. It's a movie, but I suggest you watch it. And we're gonna review it next episode. Not this episode, but we're gonna review it next episode. And I'm gonna go over, because a lot of it correlates to what we talked about in this country, about how when you're white, you can excel fast. Whether or not you're at rock bottom, you can be at the bottom of the bottom, and 2 weeks later, you're filthy, I won't say filthy rich, but you can have some wealth. You can attain wealth just like that. And I'm gonna talk about that in the next episode. I'm gonna talk about a couple other things with the video, and I mean this DEI stuff, because you ain't gonna see many black people in the video, I'll tell you that. But you do see them in the roles that you expect them to be in, and they always put us in those stupid ass roles. But we're gonna discuss it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna definitely talk about it. But yeah, the Instigators on Apple TV. Go ahead, get your Apple TV subscription. sign up for that. Watch that movie. It's a good movie. It ain't the best. Don't get me wrong. It's not the best movie. I give it like a 3 out of 5 stars. But maybe like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's not bad. It's not a bad watch. But it's just I gotta go over that because there's a lot of references to a lot of what we talk about here on Club Built Mogul, and it's particularly pertaining to what we're talking about now as far as politics and what happens in politics, and yeah, we're gonna go over it, but yeah, man, that's our show today. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Oh, we right on time, right on schedule. Oh, good one. Nope. What is this, like the G League or something? Oh, freshmen. These are freshmen. Let's see here. Throwdowns. Let's get some other ones going. But yeah, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate stopping by. Oh man, it's already been a hectic week. We're approaching the weekend. Oh yeah, damn. Golly. Oh, that was sick. Let's see if our boy Black Sonati got anything going on. We're gonna check him out. Hey, submit videos. Like y'all gotta really jump in on this. I mean, I got slots open. Still, they're getting filled up quick. I mean, this is gonna be a full operating network like pretty soon. But y'all gotta jump in. Just don't be shy. Support. We're about building generational wealth here, y'all. That's it. That's what we doing. So tap in, jump in. Like that's what it's about. So can't just talk about it. Gotta be about it, you know? Let me see. Yeah, here it is. Like, hold on. I think I see it. Here you go. Let me see. Here we go. But yeah, we are trying to do this the right way. Do this from the ground up. We're going to have viewers on here. We're going to have listeners. We're going to get it popping. So we're going to lead y'all out with a video. HSA, Black Zanati dropped another. I probably got to turn the music off because he got his music playing. Dropped another video. Airsoft. Let's see here. Good shot. Behind the van. Oh, he jumped over that. Yep. Okay, got a little athleticism in there. Headshot. Quick shot. Oh, that was too easy. He walked right into it. He wasn't even looking. Yeah, some players aren't that good. So he's there. He's good. Oh, he got him. He ain't got no gear on.
Yeah, drop fire, I think. Yeah, drop
No, was he cheating? That was a cheat shot. Yeah, everybody else is walking around. You gotta. Take them out. Y'all go out and have some fun, man. We're gonna have a paintball match coming up soon. Oh, under the car. Headshot. Got him. They didn't see him behind there? Dang. Oh, he hiding behind there. Oh, they shoot at him. Got both of them. Should have looked at corner first. Check his corner. See, a lot of y'all won't make it in the real battle. You can't just walk out in the open. Come on, bro. Says behind you. Good shot. He was mad. He said, "You see what I got on? You ain't got to aim for the face." We got that whole big helmet on. What'd he say? He said, "You see what I got on? You ain't got to aim for." Like, bro, you got hit. You mad? How you mad you got hit in this game? Like, come on now. Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, man, go ahead, have some fun. We're going to take y'all out. Appreciate everyone.
There's a war going on. Good versus evil. Light against darkness.
Go ahead and subscribe.
Truth
Like the
against
video.
lies.
Garzan out this bitch.
About the war in your head.
That person that's holding you back, that person that's bringing you down, that person is you.
Are you gonna say you wanna do something? Do it for 2 weeks and then quit? Like you did last year, like you did the year before last? You say you wanna lose weight, get in shape, get your business off the ground, and then turn around and party, get lit, drink alcohol, eat like crap, and continue to live below who you were created to be?
No. Make a declaration to yourself. Declare all out war that you're going to get out of this rut.
Decide today that you will no longer tolerate losing. You are going to be a winner.
Be the hero of your own movie. If your life was a movie and it started now, what would the hero of your life's movie do right now? Do that. Do those things. Write down your goals. Write down things you want to improve. Write down things you won't tolerate from yourself. Write down things that you've done in the past that you never want to see yourself do again. And go forth from here.
It's the great Alexander. Yes.
day and stories made. Let them horns play. The Lord paved the way, let a nigga out his cage. They all think the same, let the blind lead the way. And it ain't worth the money if it doesn't make the change. Let me tell you about the places which I have came. Country living, that Carolina born and raised. Wasn't long before a young boy peeped the game. How they play it, got the Joker working next to Wayne. Those school days chilling with them boys out Eagle Chase. Them niggas do anything just for a piece of change. Out looking for a lick right on Rogers Lane. And I was just on the team trying to get in the game. Already knew that I was here for a greater purpose. And ever since the day I left for only grades to surface. Mama said you won't go hungry if you're always working. So I opened up for service, baby, come and make it purchase.
Mama ain't raised no fool. Mama ain't raised no fool. Don't you know my hero, my grind? And this money always on my mind. Yeah, yeah. Mama ain't raised no fool. Mama ain't raised no fool. Times are getting hard, bills getting paid late. Don't care how to make your money, gotta be made. Yeah.
Tell you my story as I'm flipping through the pages. Cause it ain't take me long to start this paper chasing. And in your city or your state, yeah, I make the statement. Niggas claim they Bill Gates, but they get negated. But the ones that get that dough, cooking up the dough.